ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। नमो नमः। लघु सिद्धांत कौमुदी प्रकरणस्य संज्ञा प्रकरणं संधि प्रकरणं ततः कारक प्रकरणं समास प्रकरणं कृदंत प्रकरणम् अस्माभिः पठितम्। एतद्व्यतिरिक्तं संज्ञा प्रकरणे उच्चारण स्थान विषयक केचन नियमाः दृष्टाः आसन्। वर्णानाम् उच्चारणं कथं भवेत् तद्विषयकम् एकं पृथक् शास्त्रं वर्तते, शिक्षाशास्त्रम् इति उच्यते। बहवः ग्रन्थाः सन्ति शिक्षा शास्त्र विषयकाः। तेषु पाणिनीयशिक्षा इति अन्यतमः ग्रन्थः। तस्य विषये किञ्चित् पश्यामः। शिक्षाशास्त्रस्य उपयोगः किमर्थं भवति भवन्तः जानन्ति। शिक्षाशास्त्र अथवा वेदाङ्गानि यानि सन्ति तेषां वेदाङ्गानाम् उपयोगः वेदरक्षणार्थं भवति। तस्मात् प्राक् अहं स्लैड् शेर् करोमि प्रथमम्। पाणिनीयशिक्षा इति वयं पठिष्यामः अद्य आरभ्य। पाणिनि प्रतिदिनम् अस्माभिः यदा कक्षा आरप्स्यते तदा तदा अस्य श्लोकस्य अथवा मङ्गलाचरणस्य पारायणं वयं कुर्मः। एनाक्षरसमां नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तम् तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। येन धौता गिरः पुंसाम् विमलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्चाज्ञानजं भिन्नम् तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। पाणिनि महर्षिः कः कुत्र समुत्पन्नः तद्विषयकम् अस्माभिः यदा लघुसिद्धान्तकौमुदी आरब्धा आसीत् तदा मया इंट्रोडक्शन दत्तम् एव वर्तते। इति कृत्वा पुनः आवर्तनं मास्तु इति कृत्वा साक्षात् ग्रन्थं प्रति प्रविशामः। ग्रन्थ प्रवेशात् प्राक् केचन प्रश्नाः सन्ति। शास्त्रग्रन्थः अस्माकं हिन्दुराष्ट्रे बहूनि शास्त्रग्रन्थानि सन्ति। किन्तु यदि प्रश्नः क्रियते शास्त्रग्रन्थस्य कः उपयोगः, अस्माकं जीवने शास्त्रस्य का आवश्यकता इति प्रश्नश्चेत् किम् उत्तरं प्राप्स्येत। किम् उत्तरं भवति। शास्त्रग्रन्थं किमर्थम् आवश्यकम्, किमर्थं शास्त्रम् अथवा वेद वेदाङ्गानि इत्यादिकानि प्रकरणानि वा आवश्यकानि, प्रयोजनं किम् शास्त्राणां ग्रन्थानां।
gain the knowledge.
फॉर नॉलेज। यदा ज्ञानं प्राप्नुमः ज्ञानेन किं भवति, ज्ञानं किमर्थम् आवश्यकम्। ज्ञानं विनापि जीवाः सुखेन जीवन्ति खलु। प्राणिनः सन्ति तेषां सकाशे अथवा तेभ्यः अथवा ते ज्ञानिनः न सन्ति। ज्ञानं विना अपि ते सुखेन जीवन्ति चेत् ज्ञानं किमर्थम् आवश्यकम्।
To know ourselves as well as the relation between the Atma and Paramatma, what is like for Jeev and Paramatma.
जीव एंड परमात्मा। किमर्थं तत्र जीव परमात्मनोः ज्ञानम् आवश्यकम्।
For moksha,
मोक्ष आनंदार्थ।
purpose of moksha anandartha, as well as know our culture.
हाँ, आनंद तु शास्त्रं विनापि प्राप्तुं शक्नुमः खलु। यस्य सकाशे धनं वर्तते सः आनन्दी न भवति वा।
That's the bhautik anand we can get it, but the atmiya ananda,
स तु भौतिक आनन्दः। भौतिक आनन्दस्य सीमा भवति। भौतिकसुखस्य आनन्द इति शब्दम् अपि तत्र न प्रयुज्महे। तत्र सुखप्राप्त्यर्थं धनम् इत्यादिकम् आवश्यकं भवति। पुत्र, नेम फेम सर्वम् आवश्यकं भवति। शास्त्रम् अपि आनन्दं प्रयच्छति। आत्मस्वरूप ज्ञानप्रदानेन शास्त्रम् आनन्दं प्रददाति इति कृत्वा शास्त्रम् अस्माकं जीवने आवश्यकम्। ज्ञानं दातुम् अथवा सुखं प्रदातुं तत्र बहवः उपायाः सन्ति। उपायैः धनम् अर्जितुं शक्यते। अपरं ज्ञानमपि प्राप्तुं शक्नुमः। अपरे ग्रन्थाः सन्ति। बहवः ग्रन्थाः, न ग्रन्थाः इति न वदामः, अपराणि अपि पुस्तकानि सन्ति। कादम्बरी इत्यादिकमपि बहूनि सन्ति, बहूनि पुस्तकानि सन्ति। यद्यपि ज्ञानं प्राप्यते किन्तु तत् अन्यत् क्षत्रियं ज्ञानम्। एतत् शास्त्रम् अस्य भिन्नं प्रयोजनं वर्तते। यथा यत्किमपि गैजेट् वस्तूनि वयं क्रेतुं गच्छामः, वस्तु क्रीत्वा वस्तुना सह एकं मैन्युअल आयाति। मैन्युअल, तस्य मैन्युअल इत्यस्य उपयोगः कः? यत्किमपि वस्तु वयं स्वीकुर्मः तस्य वस्तुनः कः उपयोगः, कथं तस्य उपयोगः करणीयः, तत्र के नियमाः इति कृत्वा एकं मैन्युअल आयाति। भगवता सह यज्ञा प्रजा सृष्ट्वा पुरोवाच प्रजापति इति वदन्ति। प्रजापतिः प्रजा सृष्टवान्, प्रजां सृष्टवान्, प्रजाः सृष्टवान् इति अपि शक्यते। प्रजां सृष्टवान्, प्रजां सृष्ट्वा प्रजया कथं जीवितव्यम् इति कृत्वा तेन शास्त्रमपि रचितम्। यदा सः मनुष्यान् निर्मितवान् तदा तेन सह शास्त्रमपि रचितवान्। नाम शास्त्रं कीदृशं वर्तते? शास्त्रं मैन्युअल वत् वर्तते, एकं रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस। So basically Shastra is nothing but rules and regulations through which we understand how to lead our life towards our supreme goal. That is the main purpose of the Shastras. Why it leads towards main purpose? Because the ultimate goal of all the human beings or all the animals or all the beings is to attain the ultimate happiness, supreme truth. That is the main purpose of this life. And Shastra helps to get that. But what does Shastra mean? What is the definition of Shastra? What is your understanding? Shastra means pustak. Shastra means grantha, isn't it? Nahin? Okay, let's understand the word Shastra. Shasanat trayate iti Shastram. The Shastra means that which protects, trayate rakshati, that which protects by instructing by vihita upadesha, nishiddha upadesha. A person has to do something, a person should not do something. By doing do's and don'ts, by saying you have to do that, by saying you should not do that, it protects that person from his patanam, and that Shastram leads him towards, upliftment, utkarsha. That is called Shastram. First definition of Shastram. What is the definition? Shasanat trayate athva rakshati iti Shastram. So first, this is regarding Karma Kanda portion of Veda. So in Karma Kanda, Shastra will explain that you have to perform such kind of yajna, then you have to be particular about that. You have to do this, you should not do that. So that which is, saying do's and don'ts is called Shastram. Another, if you focus on Jnana Kanda, then Shamsanat Trayate iti Shastram. Shamsanat here means that by which a person gets knowledge, or by giving knowledge which protects a person from, from patanam, etc. That is called shastram. In second definition, here does and don'ts are not applicable. Here Vihita and Nishidha Upadesh will not do that. There will be directly the Mahavakya. There will be directly the connection between Atma and Atma. Anatma will be shown through Avantar Vakya or Mahavakya. Right? The Shastra which talks about Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara is also called Shastram. So there are two definitions of Shastras. One is regarding Karma Kanda, another one is regarding Jnana Kanda, Upasana Kanda. Okay, so this is the definition. Shasanatrayati iti Shastram, Shamsanatrayati iti Shastram. Now, in the Shastra category, the main granthas, text are Vedas. How many Vedas are there? There are four. What are they?
Samaveda,
Rigveda,
Rigveda,
Yajurveda, Samaveda.
Atharveda, Samveda, Yajurveda.
These are four Vedas. But what does Veda mean? Veda means what? The definition of Veda. Veda is basically known as the collection of knowledge.
Knowledge.
If we want to say Yutpatti of Veda Shabda, then we can understand Vidyate Nyayate Anina iti Vedaha. Vidyate means Nyayate. A truth is understood by Veda. Not only truth, but our duties also. So that which explains something, or Vidyate, something is known by which is called Veda. And all these Vedas are called Apaurusheyaha. In the sense, they are not written by a particular person. Because there is no Rishi has composed these Vedas. That's how they are called Apaurusheya. How it is possible? Basically, if you see any physics, the text, physics text or any another text, there is no one person who has written whole physics. If you see the physics, there were many people who thought about something and then they come up with some theories, and collectively they collected all together all these theories and they put in one granth. In the similar way, Vedas are not written by a particular person, but the Vedas are the collective knowledge of Rishis. That is how they are called Apaurusheya. They are also known as Shruti, okay? Because Shavanat Shruti, because they are heard. They were there in this universe in the form of sound. And after contemplating, after doing some tapascharya, Rishis were able to hear that sound, and then they realize there are some mantras, and they were able to see those mantras. This is how Rishayah mantra drashtarah. This is how it is a famous line when we study Shastras. Rishayah mantra drashtarah. They were able to see mantras. And these are four Vedas. Basically, they say Rug, Yajus, Sama, Vedatraya is famous. Even in Gita, in 9th chapter, you will see Vedatrayam only they will describe. Rug, Yaju, and Sama. What about Atharva Veda? Actually, Atharva Veda is nothing. It is the
All the Ayurveda and everything is in Atharva Veda, right?
Atharva Veda is nothing but it is the some portion of Rig Veda, some portion of Yajur Veda, and some portion of Sama Veda. It's gathered and put into one text. It's called Atharva. That is how sometimes we say Rig, Yajur, Sama, Vedatrayi, and sometimes we even count Atharva Veda separately. So this is the basic idea. Now, what is the subject matter of Vedas? Basically, Dharma and Brahma. Dharma means what person has to perform, what person has to do to get utkarsha in his life. So regarding dharma, artha, kama, the dharma, artha, kama will be discussed in Vedasam only. And also regarding the supreme reality about the Brahma, Vedas are going to explain both the concept, dharma and Brahma. When I say dharma, dharma means we should understand three purushartha, dharma, artha, kama. How to go, how to follow righteous path, how to obtain the kama, how to obtain wealth. So this is called dharma, and by which you will get utkarsha, prosperity in your life, in our life. That is called dharma portion. And Brahma is something different from dharma, artha, kama. It is a moksha, supreme reality. So that portion we discuss about Brahma, that is called Brahma Kanda athva Jnana Kanda. So these are main subject matter of Vedas, Dharma and Brahma. So whenever anyone has to know about Dharma, Dharma Jidnyasamananam Pramanam Paramam Shrutihi. Dharma Jidnyasamananam. If somebody has desire to understand the Dharma, what is the Pramanam for that? Pramanam Paramam Shrutihi. Shruti Pramanam. Similarly, if somebody has desire to understand our own self, Brahma Jidnyasamananam Pramanam Paramam Shrutihi. To understand our own nature, we should follow Vedas. So whatever Jidnyasa we has regarding our duties or regarding ourselves, there is only one grantha, one text which we can follow. That is Veda, none other than Vedas. Okay. So now we are going to learn Shiksha Shastram. Why am I elaborating Vedas? Basically, Vedas are huge in nature. They are, biggest granthas. And in due course of time, it became very difficult to follow all four Vedas. That's how Chaturvedi become Trivedi. Sometimes they were not able to study even three Vedas, then they become Dvivedi. And then thereafter, only if a person studies only Ekavedi, there is not word Ekavedi, but Chaturvedi, Trivedi, Dvivedi, these Vedas, these Upanna, these surnames are famous. So in this due course of time, the ability of your intellect got little bit, here and there, and people were not able to memorize that and not continue that parampara. To protect Vedas, then there were the, Utpatti of Vedanga. How many Vedangas are there? Okay, the division so also I would like to talk about division. Though
Shad Vedang.
Vedanga.
Shad Vedang.
Correct, Shad Vedanga. We will come over that Vedangas also. Before that, division of Vedas. So basically, Vedas are divided into three kanda, Karma Kanda. Upasana Kanda is nothing but Bhakti Kanda, Jnana Kanda. And then another, also there is another division like a mantra portion. Some mantras you will see which are in mantra form. Brahmana, the division Brahmana, where you will find the instruction how to perform yajna, vagara vagara. Aranyaka means mental activity, in the sense upasana. So basically mantra form and Brahmana is nothing but karma kanda. Aranyaka is nothing but upasana. And Upanishad is nothing but Jnana Kanda. So basically, if a person say there are three divisions, there is a one division where Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, and Jnana Kanda is included, that is also fine. If somebody is saying there are four parts of types of Vedas, Mantra, Brahmana, Aranyaka, and Upanishad, that is also fine. Okay. So these are the divisions. So now Vedanga, to protect Vedas, the Vedangas were created. And what is the meaning of Anga? Anga is nothing but upakaraka, that which helps. Angyante. Angyante means what? Nyayante. Nyayante means which that by which something is understood. So that becomes upakaraka. That's going to become the helper to understand something. Like angyante means nyayante. Amibihi, by these. That is how angani, the word anga is created. तो न्यायन्ते अमिभिः, जिसके द्वारा जाना जाता है, उनको क्या बोलेंगे? हम अंग बोलेंगे. वेदांग वेदांग शब्द बहुत बार सुनते हैं. अंग शब्द की व्याख्या पाठ ऐसा करते हैं, लेकिन अंग शब्द मतलब अंग मतलब उपकारक, जिससे कुछ जाना जाता है. ठीक है. सो अंग्यन्ते न्यायन्ते अमिभिः इति अंगानि इति व्युत्पत्तिवशात् अंगस्य उपकारकः इति अर्थः. अंग का अर्थ क्या होता है? उपकारक. मतलब जो ग्रंथ उपकारक होता है, हेल्पर होता है, हेल्प करता है, उसको बोलेंगे अंग. ठीक है. वेदः स्वयं दुरूहः विषयः. Veda is very difficult to understand. It is difficult in nature to understand. Then this is how Vedangas were created. Vedangani nama Vedanyatum upakaratani. Those angas which help us to understand the nature, the teaching of Vedas. They are called Vedanga. Vedarthasya jnanartham तस्य कर्मकांडस्य प्रतिपादनार्थम च उपयोगिनी वेदांगानि इति. तो वेदांग वेदांग मीन्स व्हाट? वेदार्थस्य ज्ञानार्थम, whatever the knowledge the Vedas are possessing, to understand that knowledge, as well as whatever karma kanda portion Vedas are explaining, to get that Vedangas are upayogini. How many Vedangas are there? Shed Vedangas. So now these are Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakaranam, Niruktam, Chandah, Jyotisham. These are Shed Vedangas. What is Shiksha? Basically, we are going to look at Paniniya Shiksha. Before that, we need to understand the purpose of Shiksha Granth. What is Shiksha? Vedamantranam अविथततया अथवा अविथत उच्चारणाय. Here there is some typo, let me correct it. वेदानाम अविथत उच्चारणाय आवश्यकम अंगम शिक्षा इति. अस्य अर्थः कः? Vedas are there in mantra form, and to understand how to pronounce a particular mantra by adding udatta, anudatta, swarit, by knowing the ucharana kala or the sthana, ucharana sthana, by understanding prayatna. To understand all this kind of division, like sthanatah, prayatnatah, etc., we need to study Shiksha Shastram. So basically, Shiksha Shastram helps us to understand how to pronounce a particular letter, how to pronounce a particular word. So basically, basic purpose of Shiksha Shastra is to understand the nature of letters. Is it clear? Shiksha Shastra.
Yes.
Next. Now, Kalpa. Before understanding the concept of Kalpa, we need to understand the major work of Vedas, the major purpose of Vedas. It is said, Vedanam Prayojanam. What is the Prayojanam of Vedas? I already said Dharma Vishayaka Pramanam Vedaha Athva Brahma Vishayaka. There are two Vishayas of Brahma. First Vishaya is Dharma. So regarding Dharma, Mantranam Karma Kande Yatharthanushtanam. Basically, the main prayojanam of Vedas that all the mantras are useful in karma kanda. This is how karma kandi people say. Okay. they say all the mantras are useful for anushtanam. And how to do that? Regarding the same, the Kalpa Shastra helps us. So regarding performing any kind of karma kanda, whether it is yajna or something, mental action, Kalpa Shastram is going to help us in the sense the Kalpa Grantha will let you know that which kind of yajna you have to perform, what is the prayojanam of that, how you have to arrange the that all other different kind of Vedics, yajna Vedics. The Kalpa Grantha is going to help us regarding those kind of performance. Then comes Vyakaranam. What does Vyakaranam do? Vedartha avabodhane sahayakam. So that which helps us to understand the meaning of Veda. Shiksha Shastra helps us to understand or to know the pronunciation of letters. That is the different separate प्रयोजन of शिक्षा. शिक्षा ग्रंथ इतना ही सिखाएगा कि ये ग्रंथ का ये शब्द का उच्चारण कैसे करना है, बस. कल्प ग्रंथ क्या करेगा? कल्प ग्रंथ आपको बताएगा कि बाबा ये यज्ञ आप परफॉर्म करना चाहते हो, इसके लिए ऐसी यज्ञ वेदी होनी चाहिए, उसके लिए इतना बड़ा सा आपको वो पंडाल वगैरह अरेंज करना है, ये सब कल्प ग्रंथ वगैरह आपको बताएंगे. व्याकरण विल टेल यू द मीनिंग ऑफ दोज वेदस. वेदस का मंत्र है, उसका अर्थ क्या होता है, उसके रिलेटेड व्याकरण इज गोइंग टू हेल्प. प्रकृति प्रत्यय उपदेश पुरस्सरम पद स्वरूप प्रतिपादनम अथवा प्रतिपादकम व्याकरणम. दैट विच helps us to understand prakriti of that particular shabda, and regarding the prakriti there would be some upadesha, there would be some pratyaya. So all the nature of that shabda as well as the meaning of that word will be understood through vyakarana. Then comes nirukta. Nirukta, if there is a difficulty after learning Vyakaranam, if there is a difficulty to understand the Shabda Swarupa, how to get the Yutpatti of a particular Shabda. For example, Ashwa Shabda. Ashwa Shabda is understood through Vyakarana also, through Nirukta also. Nirukta say Ashwanam, Advanam Gacchati iti Ashwa. Ashwa. Ashnati. What is the Yutpatti of अश्व शब्द? अश्नुते. मार्गम अथवा अध्वानम अश्नुते इति अश्वः. सो दिस इज अंडरस्टूड थ्रू निरुक्त. तो जो शब्द हमें डिफिकल्ट लगते हैं वेदों के, उन शब्दों की व्युत्पत्ति बताने वाला जो शास्त्र है उसको बोलते हैं निरुक्त शास्त्र. वैदिक पदानाम व्युत्पादनम निरुक्तस्य विषयः. नाम किम? वेदेषु ये यानि पदानि सन्ति तेषां पदानां व्युत्पत्ति विषयकं शास्त्रं यद्वर्तते तन्निरुक्तम् इति. ततः छन्दोबद्धानां वेदानाम् उच्चारणाय छन्दशास्त्रम् इति प्रयुक्तम्. एतदपि नाम किं? Vedas are in the nature, in the form of mantras. So it becomes sometimes difficult to remember. This is how the particular chanda, particular meter will be let you know. And because of that particular, chandas or meter, you will be able to remember the mantras. This is how Shiksha Shastram, Chanda Shastram is created. And while performing yajna, when to perform? When there is a good time, good sadhu kalah yajna perform kartum, tasya krite tithi nakshatra maasa ityadina amnyanam avashyakam bhavati. Tad ज्ञापयितुं संवत्सर तिथि मास नक्षत्र पराः वैदिक यज्ञाः भवन्ति. अतः तेषां ज्ञानार्थं ज्योतिष शास्त्रम् आवश्यकं भवति इति कृत्वा ज्योतिष शास्त्रमपि अध्ययनं. Those who want to understand dharma and brahma, they have to have a knowledge or a base of shiksha Kalpa, Vyakaranam, Niruktam, Chandah, and Jyotisha. So these angas are going to collectively help to remember the Vedas, to understand the meaning of Vedas or teaching of Vedas, and to protect Vedas. So these are main purposes. If you see Panini Shiksha, we are going to see the shlokas also in like around 41 and 42. It is said, Chandah padau tu vedasya, hastah kalpota pathyate, jyotisha mayanam chakshuhu, niruktam strotramuchyate, shiksha ghranam tu vedasya, mukham vyakaranam smrutam, tasmat sangamadityeva brahmaloke mahiyate. One who studied Vedas along with Vedangas, that person only Brahmaloke mahiyate. Huh? So this is how the shlokas are. So basically, Veda Purusha, Vedas are described in the Purusha form. And if you see the Purusha Kruti, there will be two legs, there will be two hands, there will be, eyes, two eyes, there will be, chakshu, then there will be granam. Here there is a mistake, huh? Typo there is. Just a minute. Granam iti bhavet. Shiksha granam tu iti bhavet. Huh. There would be nose of that Veda Purusha, there would be mukham of that Purusha, and all this kind of Veda Purusha is described. So what are the legs of that Veda Purusha? Chandah padau tu Vedasya. Veda Purushasya Chandah padau. The legs of that Veda Purusha are chandads. Hastah kalpota pathyate. The hands or the hand of that Veda Purusha is nothing but kalpa. Chakshu. What is the chakshu of Veda Purusha? Jyotisham. Because of Jyotisham only we come to know what is the Samvatsara, what is the Tithi to perform a particular yaga. So it shows a path. To understand the path, Jyotisha Shastra helps us. Shrotram, Shravanendriyam kim iti chet niruktam. Niruktam helps us to understand the Utkati of that particular Veda Pada. Granam. Granam is nose. Vedasya granam tu shiksha. Shiksha grantha is nothing but nose of that Veda Purusha. And mukham vyakaranam smritam, the face or the mukham, the main part of Vedas, Veda Purushas, Prashamsaniya or Darshaniya part is Vyakaranam. Tasmat Sangam Vedam Aditya, one who studies Vedas along with Sangha. Sangam means what? Along with the Vedangas. That person Brahmaloke mahiyate. Yaha Vedangena sahitam Vedam adhite tasya eva Brahmalokah. Saha eva Brahmalokam praptum samartah bhavati. If a person only knows Shiksha Shastram, if he doesn't know Vyakaranam, then even after studying that, Vedas are going to become just a bharam. So this kind of statement will come there in coming Grantha. If he doesn't know meaning, then he just carries the bharam as a garbhava, carries the burden on his top. Similarly, if a person doesn't know Vedas and if he's just chanting, that is not used because the purpose is not served just by chanting. He gets punya, that is fine, but he will not understand his nature just by chanting. So, a person should know Vedartha if you want to know Vedartha. If you want to perform dharma, kama, and obtain artha, then also he has to go through all the Vedangas as well as Vedas. And to understand ultimate truth, he has to study Vedas along with Vedantas. So this is the main. So now we are going to learn Paniniya Shiksha. Regarding Shiksha Grantha, I have already told that Shiksha Grantha is Grhanasthaniyam, it is a Nasika of Veda Purusha, and it is the Anyatamam. In Shed Vedangas, Shiksha is even Mukhya Grantha. Now, what is the prayojana of Shiksha? I have already explained, but in some another way, Varna Swarupam Tesham Bhedaha Varna Ucharana Visheshaha प्रधानत्वेन यत्र उपदिश्यन्ते सा शिक्षा इति उच्यते. Shiksha means what? In which the nature of letters, the type of letters, the ucharana vishesha of the letters are discussed, that is called Shiksha Grantha. Now, why it is named as Paniniya Shiksha? Because it belongs to Panini Maharshi. And there are many, not only Paniniya Shiksha, there are many Shiksha Granthas, Pratishakhyaha, they are known. Vedamantranam Ucharana Vishesha Parishilanaaya Maharshibhihi Rachitaha Pratishakhyaha or Shikshaha iti api uchyate. Okay, so not only Paniniya Shiksha, there are many texts which actually describe about the Varna Ucharana or Varna Prakara, or there are many texts which describe about the pronunciation, like Agama Shastram. If you see Agama Shastram, there are also some, text which describe about Ucharana. Even Sangita Shastram, if you see, will describe about Tala Vivarana, etc. And there will be some Swara, Venjana, Varna, Ucharana, Vidhi. Even in Ayurveda, Nyayadi Grantha, if you see, Ayurveda va, Nyayadi Grantha va, तत्र ध्वनि विषयक सिद्धांताः सन्ति. So this is how Shiksha Grantha is going to understood, or it is going to help us to understand the pronunciation, etc. We'll take up that topic in next class. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Harihi Om.